Hello everybody and welcome to the first match of the DelotA February tournament. We've had a little bit of problems today with a few of our matches because I don't know what's going on with my DelotA. My DelotA is spazzing up. Okay, but well, yeah, we've had a few problems with our with the matches today because of the massive update that was yesterday. A few of the teams hadn't updated and it just really did mess with it. So but we are here now. I am here and hopefully Vega's here as well. Hopefully we can hear him.
I am. Hello and welcome to the very first match of the February tournament, and we have these two teams we've not seen before. Xtreame haven't actually set their name, but we have Matt's Fun Buddies, as you can clearly see. It is Matt's Fun Buddies versus Xtreame, and so far both teams banning very much to the meta.
Yeah, they're both banning what you kind of expect. The Magnus slips through the pool though, so maybe Matt's Fun Buddies are looking to pick up that Magnus. And we saw Magnus be played once in the January tournament. There he is, and he absolutely destroyed the game that he was picked up in. So interesting bans from both teams, and Xtreame really just rather let them have the Magnus than the Nyx Assassin.
Definitely, and that poses the question of what exactly, now that so many great mid-heroes has gone, what are Xtreame going to try and pick to counter this Magnus, which is almost definitely going to go mid. They're picking up instead...
I was going to say, I almost certainly expect them to pick Ezreal and Shadow Demon now as the two best support heroes in the game, and they work just so well together now that Nyx Assassin's gone. Oh, but they went for Rubik, okay.
But instead... Okay, Rubik and Shadow Rubik not quite the most standard option. It does give them the Shadow Demon, which is a terrible move really from Xtreame, because you do not want to be able to put Soul Catcher on top of a Magnus ulti. That is a bad move. But Rubik is very useful. It does give them the option to steal reverse polarity, and maybe that is what Xtreame were focusing on. It also gives them the option to steal Shadow Demon, Soul Trap Catcher, and even Luna's ulti. So they've got some great options to steal there.
Yeah, and they're going to pick up the Queen of Pain really early as well. So they're really trying to counter that Magnus, unless they want to put her on the off lane. So now that Templar Assassin's gone, the Queen of Pain pick really does make a lot of sense. Luna being picked up by Matt's Fun Buddies, so they've gone straight away for their carry. They know exactly what they want. Luna, one of the best carries in the game right now, and now Matt's Fun Buddies are just going to be banning out the rest of them. The Nake's gone, Lifestealer is gone, and so is Weaver. And yeah, it's Matt's Fun Buddies are still looking for an offlane and another support hero. Jakiro has been taken out of the pool because they need that support hero, but Leshrac is still there, and Leshrac and Shadow Demon, as we've seen, are just so strong together.
Indeed they are, and if it does actually come to that, I think they did actually ban out Disruptor, because as we know, reverse polarity plus a Disruptor plus a Disruptor kinetic field and the ultimate, as well as Soul Trapper. What the heck are you going to do against that? It's just going to be so powerful, and then Alina running in as well and ulting, absolute devastation. So Xtreame being very clever there with the ban, and again Lina, a very good support, although not probably the most likely support Matt's Fun Buddies are going to go for. They actually go for Puck, which is
yeah, so Puck
could be a mid.
Puck will be probably playing either mid or on the off lane. It depends what they want to do with their Magnus. We'll have to see what the rest of what the picks are from XR. But if XR pick up a really strong off lane hero and it's pretty obvious Queen of Pain is going to be going mid, then I suppose the Puck will probably be up against the Queen of Pain. They'll put Magnus on the off lane. The Lina ban was a really good one because obviously Lina and Shadow Demon obviously work very well. You can time her stun to perfection, and there's literally nothing the other team could do about it, and she's an absolute nuke. So Leshrac still being left in the pool. I expect one of these teams to pick up Leshrac at some point, but you got to feel that now Xtreame really do need to start thinking about what their carry is going to be. The Phantom Lance has been taken out, and they're going to go for the Gyrocopter. So Gyrocopter, another carry we see quite often, has a ridiculous snowball effect with that flak cannon.
Well, that is absolutely true, and it's going to be a case of Gyrocopter versus
Sven.
Luna probably Sven. My goodness,
Sven.
A bit...
Maybe they're even going to be running the Puck as a support and running Luna in mid, and that Sven just being the free farmer. Very odd choice, but it might work out quite well for them. It's really, you can tell it's taken Xtreame by surprise, because now they're really thinking about their last pick. They really were not expecting that.
Well, it's very much not to the meta, but it is possible. Puck is classed as a support. Not usually used, not classed as a support, but she is a great initiator, and it doesn't have a gender, could technically be a great, very aggressive support, and as well as it could stack quite nicely. Being able to trap everyone, allowing Shadow Demon to get a better Soul Trapper, and allowing Sven to just hit that Q with a Soul Catcher, sorry, perfectly, which will be very useful for Matt's Fun Buddies. Meanwhile, I'm really interested to see. We've now got Luna versus Queen of Pain, and technically Luna should have the advantage here. Luna has the ability to stun very easily. Queen of Pain is very...
Beastmaster. So I'm gonna have to bring you to. I absolutely have to bring you to that Beastmaster because
Master.
I have not seen a Beastmaster. I haven't seen a Beastmaster pick for a very, very long time, and I really do feel that we should talk about that because after his ult, he got nerfed quite heavily in a few patches ago. No one's really bothered with him, but this could be a really, really nice pick. Yeah, and we're gonna have a shout out to the sponsor of Matt's Fun Boys, which is Goulian. I don't know how to spell that, but I assume it's pronounced Goulian 2013. So it's even written there for you. So shout out to our ping coming out from xtreame. Yeah, both these teams having a little bit of a ping issues, but it's not the end of the world for them, I don't think. We're going to run through the teams now. Okay, let's just run through the teams. Okay, so we have Roronaro is going to be taking up the Beastmaster. We have Nizu will be taking up the Keeper of the Light. Frozen Fire will be on the Rubik. Miracle will be taking the Queen of Pain. And down bottom we have Bloodlust on that Gyrocopter.
Meanwhile, if we look at Matt's Fun Buddies on the Dire, we have Please Don't Gang Me, a great name on Puck. We have Goat Strike on Luna. We have Jazz on Shadow Demon. We also have Nibu on Magnus. And finally, we have Jumanji on the Sven. Jumanji, beautiful names there.
Yeah, especially like Jumanji. Nice little call out to the very, very good film back in the late 80s. I believe it's late 80s. Either way, let's stop talking about films and let's start talking more about this game. So it's going to be interesting to see what they all decide to do, but it looks like they are going to be leaving Magnus on this off lane. He's just stayed there and the rest of the team has rotated. So who they put in mid, it's really up to them, but I can't expect it's going to be anyone but the Luna. No, actually it isn't. They're going to leave the Puck in mid, and the Luna and the Sven are both going to go up to the top lane. So maybe they're even going to use the Luna as kind of semi-support, using the Lucent Beam stun and just maxing out that Luna blessing so that Sven can get as much damage and last hit potential as possible. It's a little bit of an odd choice, but it could work out. It could work out pretty well. We'll have to see how it goes. It's going to be pretty interesting to see, to say the least.
Actually, my God, it looks like it's going to be Luna and Sven. With where is the Shadow? Oh, the Shadow Demon might just be warding. He's probably going to come back up to top, but it is a very strange combo. Luna being a very hard carry, one of the most popular ones around, as is Sven. So using her in this half support way is very interesting indeed. But it makes sense. Sven can use all the damage he can get early game. It helps get so many kills. And what is interesting now is that well, it's just such a strange turnout, really.
Really nice de-warding by Keeper of the Light. You can see him in the trees just taking out the Observer Ward that was put to block the camp. That's actually exceptional positioning by him to be able to spot that. Really, really nice play. We see... I'll put up the last hits and denies, probably for the best. But you can see this Gyrocopter really is starting to take a pretty heavy lead actually on the last hits and denies. He's sitting at 7-2 versus the next best, which is Luna on 5-0. So maybe Sven is being played as a support, like in his bad old days back in Dota 1 and when Dota 2 was first released.
Well, it does indeed look like he's going to be playing a support. If we look at his items, all of them are very much support based. It looks like he's just going to be using the Stormhammer to help out Luna, and that does make sense. Both are very, very hard carries, but I would assume that a Sven would take the advantage here.
Well, Sven has had a little bit of a buff to his carry potential, but he can still support reasonably well. I mean, he has his Warcry for the bonus armor to everyone and Stormhammer, so he can still support like we used to see Svens do all the time. So I actually really like the fact that we're seeing another support Sven in this tournament and not seeing him in his more natural position, natural role that he's come to be in now as just a really hard carry. So it'll be interesting to see what he picks up and what he decides to go for. If we look at this mid fight, Queen of Pain really winning it on last hits and denies pretty heavily against Puck, but Puck's doing a little bit of harass, so maybe when she gets a little bit more into her illusionary orb, she'll be able to keep up with this Queen of Pain.
Definitely, and now it looks like Romano is just staying in the jungle. What is going on with this top lane? I mean, Are they just going to leave this to free farm? They can't. There are two. Potentially, the Sven can turn into a carry even if they are that successful. But Luna is not someone you want to give free farm to at any means. What do you think they're doing here?
Well, they're really going. Like, I haven't seen this sort of play for about a month or two in no, more than that in professional Dota. Probably about 2 or 3 months. I had a really nice play at bottom lane. Actually, they all ganged up on that Magnus, and they got the kill on him. So they do take first blood there. But they're using this Beastmaster in his more traditional role to stack the Ancients whenever he can with his axes, and then just to go and pull the middle lane for Queen of Pain to farm up nicely as much as possible. We did used to see that quite a lot in the professional scene when Beastmaster was played a lot, but he's dropped off recently, so the teams just don't do it anymore.
Well, with that ulti not being an AoE stun anymore, it's just so nerfed to every single level. It's very difficult to see him as the same kind of level, but he is very strong still. I mean, Scout Greater Hawk is amazing, combines really well with teams like people like Lifestealer, and his Wild Axes are still a very strong spell, as well as the bonus attack speed. When you think about it, it's very useful.
Yeah, and his ulti still does provide a ridiculous stun length, so it's really good for ganking still if you really want to do that. Puck does pick up the haste rune, so she's gonna be rotating around now. But this Beastmaster pick is going to be interesting. It really does show the difference in metas that we've come to see from different regions in the world, because the European game has really moved on from this sort of game now, with just the stacking and the pulling and the stacking. But because both of these teams are from African areas, they're really taking it old school with the Svens and the Beastmasters, and just stacking as many creep camps as they can, ready for their carries later on.
Indeed, it's a very strange kind of situation, but it's very interesting to see. We haven't kind of seen this before, in the tournament at least. And if we actually look at last hits and denies again, it's pretty balanced. Matt's fun, but he's taking the advantage here with Luna getting just absolute free farm at the top. Sven being very conservative, only really denying to keep this kind of advantage towards the Zaya's tower, keep it in the safe lane. And Shadow Demon seemingly just stacking camps as much as he can, but as well as pulling the lane to keep everything balanced. But actually, great play there by xtreame, noticing that the Beastmaster is being played in this traditional role, probably trying to stack camps and then a sentry ward placed to find the other sentry ward and take it out.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But I don't know if that sentry ward's actually going to block the camp. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see slightly later. But Rubik just going into mid, trying to harass down this Puck, but Puck has the haste rune, so that's not going to happen. It looks like the entirety of xtreame is actually just disconnected very slightly. They did say they were going to have some problems with their internet provider, so that might just be them, just the internet provider just resetting the modem, so or the router or whatever they use. I don't know what they use over in Africa, so but okay. Hopefully they'll unpause, because we don't have privileges too, which is a little bit weird. There we go. But yeah, as we were saying, you can just see the amount of pulling that's going on. I mean, Beastmaster coming into mid, now Rubik coming into mid, and just pulling this middle lane as much as possible, and also stacking the creep counts with his axes, like you used to see Beastmasters do. I'd like to see if this actually stacks the camp, or whether this sentry wall's going to block it. I don't think it will. No, it won't. And the camp is going to start getting stacked now for their Luna when it gets to late game. And we were saying earlier about how Gyrocopter was taking a lead in farming this game, but now this Luna is really starting to accelerate. We're going to look down at bottom. I don't think anything's going to come of this. There's a bit of harassment. The puck actually does get caught. So xtreame actually managed to get the kill. She didn't quite get away from there in time. May have been a little bit of a mistake from the puck, but just a little bit of sloppy play. But that'll get better in time. But what do you think about this farm situation that we've seen all of a sudden this Luna really just gain a massive lead in farm?
Well, it's crazy, but it does make sense. I mean, we have Warcry from Sven being so useful. Just seeing back in the support role is just like a blast from the past. But it does make sense. Luna is a very great carry. She's one of the most popular carries at the moment. To see Sven in the support role will actually put Matt's fun buddies off. They won't really realise. Most likely it'll put them a little bit on unease, and to have this Beastmaster focus a bit more on stacking camps rather than actually off-laning means that Luna
Yeah.
just gets free farm, which is not what they want. If Xtreme want to do anything about this, they're going to have to shut down Luna soon, because this farm, not acceptable for them to just keep leaving it. However, Xtreme are doing very well with farm themselves. If we look at Queen of Pain in mid, she's hugely got the advantage, 38, only 5 away from Luna. But we do have this gyrocopter as well at bottom, and the tri-lane not doing badly, a little bit far from Luna, but considering that there's a Magnus at bot, who is having a horrible time, only one last hit. This is not going to impact the game whatsoever. They really need this Magnus to get a little bit more. It may have been a bit strange with the way Matt's Farmers have played it, very strange indeed, to have him just on the offlane. I cannot compete, especially against his try.
Yeah,
He could potentially do a bit better later.
They want him to just kind of sit there and get him as much levels as possible, as opposed to really farm. I mean, he's not going to really be able to get any sort of resemblance of farm. He's only sitting on level 4 at the moment, so that's not exactly what they wanted to do, and the Hawk just gets scouted and killed by Puck. But yeah, you can really see that the xtreame are playing this kind of really old school, except with this Keeper of the Light sort of support hero. It's just a really interesting game. I don't think I've seen one since. They're going to dive Keeper of the Light though. Actually, they might actually be able to get him. The rest of the team actually didn't quite react to it. The Keeper did get caught in the disruption as he was channeling his Illuminate, but I think the Luna and the Sven just kind of wanted to keep on farming, because Luna is doing a really good job of it so far.
Indeed they are. Seems to have left us a little bit speechless at how all this is playing. But yeah, both teams are playing very conservatively and focusing on farm. And to be fair, they both can. They have amazing carry potential. We know how good a Beastmaster can be, even played in this role where he's not doing that much. He's only on level 3, just focusing on stacking the Ancients, but he gets a few levels and Beastmaster can become unstoppable. There's also the fact that Queen of Pain does a great amount of damage. We have Gyrocopter, who has a huge carry potential, but not nearly as much as a Luna, a Magnus with a Shadow Demon, and even if they let the match go on too long, a Sven.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a problem with the DelotA client actually. Once after all of xtreame had disconnected, it actually seems that I don't get pure vision on the side of the on MFB's side, and it's all cast in shadow a little bit. I can still see where the heroes are, and I still see what they've got, but it's just a little bit cast in shadow, and that's just a little bit annoying. But I don't think there's any way I can actually fix that.
Well, we apologise for that.
Have you got the same problem, Vague, or is it still okay for you?
It's fine for me.
Okay, it's a little bit weird. Oh, we're going to see a little bit of a fight at bottom.
Point you to bottom. Jumanji. Oh my god, that was great play there by Rubik. He actually was disrupted, but he did manage to teleport him up. Is it going to save him? Sven is a support mind. And they've paused the game. Oh, Puck disconnected right in the middle of that. Talk about a bit of an anti-climax there. Again, this is the problem with having no server in the African region.
Yeah, they really do need to introduce a server into the African region. It'll really make it a lot easier for teams like this to play, because they don't deserve to have the amount of ping that they're getting and the amount of disconnects that actually happens. So it's just yeah. I hope Wizard. I hope they get on it soon, but we'll have to see. But this fight at bottom is looking like it could be a little bit interesting, because Bloodlust has now got himself in there, and this Shadow Demon doesn't look like he's going to be getting away. The slow from the Gyrocopter is definitely going to be hitting him, so it's going to be interesting to see whether Frozen Fire actually turns around and gets back in there, or whether he just wants to run away and hide behind a tower. Okay, it looks like we are.
Like Frozen Fire. Sorry, it does. It looks like Frozen Fire has indeed escaped. The match is going to go on, and we're about to see. We have a Keeper here, potentially giving an Illuminate. As I thought, the Shadow Demon isn't going to escape. Are they going to catch?
Oh no!
Fantastic there, Sven escaping by the skin of his teeth.
Really nice play by Sven to actually get away from that. I really want to try and fix this this bug that's happened. I'm just going to click every single one of these things at the top. I don't think it's got anything to do with it. No, it doesn't. And the only one that does have anything to do with it won't work. So that's a little bit of a shame. But we're going to have to be cast in shadow very slightly on the side of MFB.
That is a shame indeed. If we just look now at bottom, the Trilon is really going aggressive from xtreame. They look like they're going to take this tower, and there's really nothing to stop them. The Vanquist can do absolutely nothing, being only level 5. There's no reverse polarity to speak of. and they're all doing such a good job. We have Keeper of the Light only at level 4 as well, and the Rubik only at level 5, but this Gyrocopter is level 8. He's got his ultimate back up already. They could easily dive the tower for the Magnus, not that they need to, because their focus is only on the tower. It's just getting farm. It's not being that aggressive, although they have got all 4 kills, but Matt's Funbud is being so conservative in their play.
But watch out for this Queen of Pain, might get caught very slightly over here. The wall cry's been popped, although it doesn't look like they're actually going to be able to catch her. She's got her blink back up now, so she's going to easily be able to run away, maxing that blink for just for her escape. And then now they've just put that Beastmaster in mid to try and get some levels up, because he needs to get to level 6 as fast as possible, just like the Magnus does. I believe they're both still level 4, so they're both vying for the same level. But this Beastmaster is really going to have a lot of gold when he starts using these axes to kill these ancients. They're on so little HP now.
He is not doing a bad job of stacking those ancient camps though. Look at how well he has stacked those. Almost killing them himself. He can't really do much more. It's just a wait now. Hoping that Gyrocopter will come in and get it, but Sven knows where they are. They've already directed it to Luna, and now it looks like all that effort from Beastmaster is just going to help feed Matt's Fun Buddies, which could be the worst thing that could happen playing a Beastmaster in this traditional role.
Yeah, well, it looks like they've actually just managed to secure that ancient camp now. Sven was having a little bit of a gander, but they've managed to force them off. So Beastmaster will probably be going back up there now and just getting a little bit more farm with his axes. Yeah, there we go. And he's gonna be getting like 300 gold each time he actually uses his axes on these creeps. So he's gonna be getting a ridiculous amount of farm and a lot of levels as well. You can see that he's gone up an entire level just from the amount of ancients that he actually killed then. So that's a good way to get Beastmaster up to level 6. The Magnus just hasn't been able to do the same thing because they're completely magic immune. So Sven just trying to steal some, but because they're completely magic immune, the axes do hit them because it's composite damage. But Magnus's Q doesn't, so he didn't have the same. He couldn't do the same thing basically.
Yeah, and that is the advantage of playing Beastmaster in this kind of way. They've already got him up to level 6, so he has his stun, and it looked a little bit like he was caught out by the Ancients there, but he did manage to escape. Meanwhile, Magnus has been left to his own devices, and is catching up. He's not getting loads of farm, of course, but if we look at the last 6 and 9s, he's now picked up 17. He's almost got 1,000 gold, and it looks like he's probably going to be rushing for a Blink Dagger if he's not going to pick up some boots soon. And that is exactly what you want to see. He's got his ulti, he's now potentially upgraded. No, he's actually picked up Arcane Boots first so that he can guarantee that ulti will be ready as well as Skewer.
Look at top lane.
What you want to see.
Top lane's a bit interesting. Queen of Pain hiding in the trees, and now she's going to get the kill on Luna just by the dive out. So she was hiding in the trees for a very long time. I was keeping my eye on her in case she decided to go, and then as soon as she did, she had the kill in the bag. So now Beastmaster walking around. Can he get his ulti on Puck? Yes, he can, and Puck's going to die as well. So they take another kill. And there's the power of that Beastmaster. Just out of nowhere, he gets a 3-second stun, and yeah, and then that Queen of Pain just picking up the kill with ridiculous burst damage. So nice play by xtreame again.
Absolutely. When you have this kind of burst from Queen of Pain combined by a 3-second stun, what on earth can you do against it? Feel quite bad for Matt's Fun Buddies there. They're going 6-0 so far, and the Queen of Pain picking up all the kills, which an early game kind of carrying that Queen of Pain. While she does fall off a little bit late game, it looks like she is going to get caught out though. She has been reverse polarity. No, Beastmaster gets the kill on Sven. That was not lucky for Matt's Fun Buddies. Not well worth the trade. Although they did pick up their xtreame's strongest carry at the moment. Although it looks like Matt's Fun Buddies may pick. Oh no, another disconnect from all xtreame.
Yeah, it's just the route is really just not working for them. They'll be back like very soon because well they weren't gone for long at all last time, and yeah, you can see they're already reconnecting. So it's just a little minor disconnect, but it looks like the Beastmaster's going to easily get away from this. The rest of Matt's Fun Buddies have just backed off. So really nice. It's good to see that Matt's Fun Buddies actually paused it immediately as soon as they'd all gone. So
yeah, it's very well, sportsmanly from them, and it's great to see. But the thing is, Matt's Fun Buddies need to start being a little bit more aggressive. xtreame is only being the slightest bit non-passive, and it's giving them a huge advantage, especially in gold. If Matt's Fun Buddies keep dying, then the farm advantage, which isn't that strong, it's pretty balanced, and now Gyrocopter actually has the lead over Luna. They need to stop it. They have a lot more carry potential, but it's not going to be good for that much if Luna can be killed a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. But now Matt's Funbodies are going to dive Rubik and Keeper of the Light in middle. The Magnus is here, so they're... Oh, it looks like they're almost certainly going to pick up these kills. They do actually get the puck, but they don't get the Rubik. And now the Beastmaster with the Scream comes in, and Queen of Pain doesn't have her ulti up. She's just trying to harass down, but it's not going to do anything. Nice disruption by the Shadow Demon used on himself. Does Sven have the Storm Hammer? Yes, he does, but he uses it on the Beastmaster. He's going for him. One right click will probably do it, but he has to turn around because Miracle's right click damage is ridiculous. And Miracle picks up another kill. A 4-for-1 for Xtreame.
Well, I take back anything I said about Matt's Funbodies need to be aggressive, because unfortunately the advantage they gave to Xtreame so early on has left. A Miracle fed. If we look at her items, she's already got an Oblivion stuff. She's going up for that Orchid Malevolence to completely disable anyone, and it will be useful on pretty much every single member of Matt's Funbodies team, as they will be shut down by that Orchid Malevolence. And she's going to bottle up a double damage rune as well. We already know her prods do so much damage. It is not going to be good for Matt's Funbodies here.
Yeah, that was just really nice coordination from Xtreame, because it looked like Matt's Funbodies actually had the upper hand in that fight, because oh no, Puck's going to get caught out. Is she going to get caught out? The Magnus is here, so it looks like Puck's going to be able to get away. But as soon as the Puck ulti got popped on Rubik and Keeper of the Light, you really did feel that Matt's Funbodies were going to have the best of that engagement. But the Beastmaster showing himself again, and that ridiculously long disable just taking out the team. It's really working out well for them. We haven't seen Beastmaster be played in a very long time, and now you're starting to wonder why not, because he's still obviously a really good, really big force.
Well, definitely. He has that extra damage, and the stun, it does have a decent cooldown, but it really isn't that bad, especially if you can build up a Scepter later on after he's built up everything else. But he's playing a very strong support role, and he's doing a great job of it. He's got his disable, he's got a nice nuke there, and he's also got the ability to scout out. He's a great support, and now it makes you think. It looks like he might actually catch out Goat Strike, who is on such low health, 181. One good Axis will do it. They don't actually go for it. The Keeper tries, but he misses his Q. That's a real shame. And now their puck position has been given away. The puck has come in to try and help out, but the Queen of Pain is here from Xtreame. No, Matt's Funbodies can do nothing here. They've actually been pinned down to their tower, and it's all been turned around. Xtreame just having the advantage. Keeper of the Light allowed to just completely freely put up a Q. It misses everyone though, because Matt's Funbodies are not going to fall for such an easily long cast spell.
Yeah, but now Xtreame are just hiding out in their jungle, and there's not really much Matt Funbodies can do about it. Do they have the reverse polarity off cooldown? Yes, they do. But the Beastmaster Roar is also off cooldown, and the Queen of Pain has all of her spells available. Plus, the Queen of Pain also has that Orchid, the Silence Magnus, which could be pretty important, especially if he has to skewer in, because he still doesn't have his Blink Dagger.
Definitely, and that is a problem. He can actually skewer in, and that will actually help him round up more of the enemy, so he can do that if he wants, but it's not the most optional thing. We want him to have his skewer as an extra kind of, you know, way to disable them after he's blinked in and used his ultimate, and that would be great to see. But he's still so poor from that offlane. If we look at his last hits now, he's got 30. He's not doing badly. He's actually in the middle of the game compared to with the supports directly behind him. Beastmaster doing very well after he stacked that Ancient Camp. But the advantage at the moment is definitely on Xtreame's side.
You have to just look at Gyrocopter, and you can see Gyrocopter already has his phase boots and a BKB, plus another 1800 gold in the bank to spend on whatever he wants. So he's really doing exceptionally well. And then you look at Luna, and she's only got a Hand of Midas. She's looking to build up that BKB. She has the Ogre Club now, and she's just bought it. So, Smoke Gank though. Smoke Gank from MFB. Looks like they're going to try and catch out Beastmaster and the Rubik in the trees, and the Keeper of the Light if they want to go for it. But no, they back off. They had the Magnus there, but they just really didn't want to go for it with the amount of supports they had. And now Miracle teleports in, so now they have that silence as well. It looks like they might be just going for the dive. Rubik steals Eclipse. So Rubik's got that massive nuke. Actually, it won't actually do anything, so he puts it on. There it is. What does it do? It hurts a few people, but the Queen of Pain ulti does more. She gets a triple kill. Is she going to get the Ultra? Yes, she will. Now she's going for the Rampage on the Shadow Demon. Disruption used by Shadow Demon and the Soul Catcher. But Queen of Pain has Blink. She's going to get the Rampage, and she does. She picks up the Rampage. And the GGs as well. And the GGs come out from MFB, and Xtreame are going to take the game. And really nice playing coordination by them. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next round. Then this has been a really good game for the first game in the February tournament, and we've seen xtreame really show how good they are, and they will be sticking it out in the winners bracket for the first round. And unfortunately, MFB will be taking it down to the losers bracket, but they still have another chance, and they can still make it all the way. From the losers bracket, it's not the end of the the end of the road for them. It is a double elimination format.
Absolutely, and it was very interesting to see Mats Funman is going for a far more focused late game style, but it just wasn't going to cut it because Mats Funman has had the ability. It looks like actually xtreame will disconnect by accident.
They did disconnect on purpose. That was a complete accident, and they wanted to be here for when they actually won, minus the Beastmaster who couldn't make it back. But yeah, that was a really nice game, and it's nice to see some old school picks like the Sven support and the Beastmaster as well for the offlane. And the Beastmaster actually worked out very well. His ganking capability really did help the entire team pretty much through the entire game.
Well, it helped Queen of Pain get so fed, didn't it? I mean, she just had to keep getting those kills, and it was so easy for her because she's such a great early game hero, especially, and she kind of falls off so much of her late game with their spells being such a huge kind of focus for her, but with an Orchid Malevolence working so well, just the ability to completely destroy anyone in Mats Funman's team there with Beastmaster as well. And what else can you say? It was just going to be it just had to be a complete stump.
Yeah, it worked out really well for xtreame, but Mats Funbuddies won't be disheartened from this. They will be playing in the losers bracket for the next round. Hopefully they'll be able to do a little bit better that round. We'll have to see what happens. We will be seeing you, hopefully, in a few hours' time at 9 PM GMT for the next round. Still the first round of the DelotA Amateur 2 tournament, but it will be RIP versus Entropy this time to see who can get into the winners bracket and who has to suffer the losers bracket and almost face elimination. So that's going to be an interesting game as well. RIP we did see in the last tournament. Entropy are completely new to us, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But I'm Just Delicious, and this is Vague Raconteur.
Hello, thank you for watching our first tournament game. We hope you join us for 9 o'clock. And by all means, if you do, thank you so much. We love you all. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.